Hey guys, it's Kip here from KDC Marketing, and in today's video, I want to share some of my recent ideas and thoughts for Wix Headless. And if you haven't heard of Wix Headless, I'll explain what it is, and then also show you a few examples of some things that I'm testing right now as I'm trying to learn how to use this tool. So Wix Headless is a feature inside of Wix, or a solution where you can get all of the backend features of Wix. So the Wix business solutions like the e-commerce and CMS and blog and Wix bookings, all of those backend solutions, including your domain name and hosting and the security that Wix has. But then you can build the front end of the website with whatever tool you want. And most of the time, these would be AI tools. So you have tools here like Base 44, which is another Wix product. You have Claude Code and Cursor and Codex. These are just showing some examples. So the front end of the website, the visual editor and how the website is actually built is done here with these AI tools. So you connect to Wix using the Wix headless system. And I've been testing this out because I do think this is the way that the market is going. I see people trying these tools and kind of creating their own tech stacks. So this is one of the projects that I created. So I went to Google Stitch, which is another AI tool, and I created a quick mock-up. And you can kind of see here, I just gave it a few prompts and told it to create a simple landing page. This was the first iteration. This was the second iteration, which I liked better, but none of these are good. I would say these are just quick to show you an example more than anything. So what I did with this one is I created this mock-up, and then I took it to this tool where you can upload a zip file, and it will get it into Wix Headless for you right away. So this is what it looks like before you upload the file. You just drag and drop to Wix Headless, and you can deploy the website in seconds. And then once you do that, then you get this. So this is an actual live site. You can connect your own domain name, and then it gives you steps and tools on how to manage your AI tool going forward. It gives you the prompt, and they already have skills, which are in markdown files that you can use to get everything going and managing it going forward. And then you have your dashboard as well. So this does act like a regular Wix website where you can open the dashboard and see the back end. And so if I click this open here, it'll take me to this page where I'm used to seeing this dashboard. And you can see that my domain name's connected here. So there's still more setup that needs to be done. But this drag and drop is a really interesting way to just test this out and see what you can create. And like I said, this site is in no way, shape, or form a good example of what a good website should be. And it's just an example of something that I threw together really fast just to show you this example. And, it is live on this domain. The other thing that I tested out was doing it more of picking my own tools and getting into the terminal and doing it that way. And so this was a site that I built here using those tools and just started playing around with it. So what I did with this one is I used the Gemini CLI command line interface to kind of code this one, and then I connected it to Wix Headless. So this is actually on a local server. This isn't the live site, but this was built with a few AI tools. And the idea behind this would be that I could add Wix bookings through here when I go to book a strategy call, and it would work with Wix bookings. So Wix bookings would take the credit card, and it would do everything that Wix bookings normally does, but the front end editor and design and everything here is managed by my command line interface. So I'm just testing this out. Again, this isn't a perfect website. Don't even really know if I would say this is a good website, but just something I was building. And I kind of prefer this one. I think it's a bit more fun to put a little more time and effort into it and see what you can come up with. So if you want to start creating a Wix headless site, there's this option here, just the drag and drop and deploy in a few seconds. And the file that I uploaded was a zip file. And again, when I was in here in Google Stitch, you just click on it, you click more, you click export, and then you can go to these different export options. And I did a zip file for this specific case. Or you can go into your Wix Studio dashboard. This is my dashboard here, and just go to create new site, and you'll see that Wix Headless is an option here at the bottom. And if you click this option, it's more like the setup that I was talking about with my second example, where you have to actually start connecting the tools and getting some API keys and a few other things. It's a bit more technical. But even for someone who's not a developer like myself, I was able to figure it out with some help and get it up and going. So I'm a big believer in still being able to have full control over the website. And I really love Wix Studio. And so I'm a big believer in still using that. But I do think it is good to test out these tools, because it feels like in the industry right now that people are opting for their own tech stack. And if we go back to this page here, like there's so many different ways you can do this with these AI tools, and more are coming out all the time. But people are opting for different ways to build websites, where they have different tools like GitHub and Vercel and then Claude Code, and they're combining different combinations of tools. So it is an interesting time. I don't know exactly where it's going to go in the future, but I do know that Wix is trying to make it really easy to leverage their backend, to leverage all of these things that make Wix a really strong platform. E-commerce, bookings, CMS, blog, but also domain names, security, and being able to take orders online, all those kind of things. So if you are interested in this, I'll try to link to some of these things in the description so you can see where to find the landing page and this upload, drag and drop deploy in seconds. But the biggest thing that I wanted to highlight with this video is this is just me testing these out. I'm not saying that AI is good or that you should use it or any of those things. This is just me wanting to share some of the things that I've been testing and thinking about, and we'll kind of see where it goes from here. But I do think it's interesting that they are pushing this a bit more as an option, and that way you really don't have an editor. You don't have Wix Studio. You don't have Classic Editor. You don't even have Wix Harmony. You have your own unique system that you can manage with your own AI tool or whatever format you choose going forward. So it does present an interesting option, and they're making this really easy with tools like this to just test it out and try it. So that's what I have for today's video, and I will see you in the next video.